UTPA baseball closes out its home schedule against Sacramento State. We'll say goodbye to 13 seniors. You know Martin Casse is fast, but we'll tell you why he's fast. And we'll hit the weight room with the UTPA Strength and Conditioning Program.
This is Bronc Country!
Pitch is hit high in the air, deep to left field. Moses backtrack wall, and it's over the wall, a home run! Andy Fortuna with a walk-off home run!
Actually, I was saving that home run for this moment. Coach has been telling me, hey, you got some power, use it if you want. I was like, Coach, I think it'd be a little bit more exciting to do it bottom of the ninth. Last game, senior weekend. I was like, Coach, I'm just gonna save it. And he gave me the sign. I was like, sure, hey, go ahead. And sure enough, it worked out.
Well, if you're going to save the best for last, that's the way to do it. An amazing moment for Andy Fortuna to close out the series against Sacramento State for the UTPA baseball team. We'll show it to you again and have plenty of post-game reaction a little later on in Bronc Country. But first things first. Game 1 on Friday. Sam Street on the mound. Top of the first, David Del Grande down swinging. When Street's on the mound, you don't really need to score much, just enough. And in the bottom of the inning, it's the other half of the Bronx dynamic duo. The incredible Howe comes through, smashes a double, puts the Bronx up 1-0. When the second inning ended, Sacramento State leaves the field, and they're not coming back. Lightning in the area, followed by thunderstorms, suspended the game. So we pick it back up on Saturday, and how about this? Super Sam is still out there. Fifth inning, Kyle Moses down looking. In the sixth, Street gets whack home run leader Rhys Hoskins to ground into a double play. It took 2 days, but Super Sam twirled his NCAA leading 10th complete game while getting saddled with his first loss 1 year to the day after his last one, when the Hornets scored 3 unearned runs in the 7th to beat the Bronx 3-1.
It wasn't too bad. We didn't get too deep yesterday, so the biggest thing was through warm-ups, take it a lot lighter. By doing that, kind of save your bullets for the game a bit. But, it's not a preferable situation, but if you come up with it, you just got to take on the challenge.
He pitched good enough to win. That 7th inning, everything started with that ground ball that should have been the first out. We feel that ball, none of that inning happens. So you're absolutely right. And that's what I talked to him about after the game, that we gave them the game. And when you're playing a good team like Sac State is, you have to match them pitch by pitch and play by play. And they came back the second game and really played well defensively.
30 minutes later, the regularly scheduled game. Lots of kids in attendance for both of these games. Pick it up in the first. 2 on, 2 out, and Brian Ramirez delivers. Scores Alex Howe from second. Bronx up 1-0. And the way Blake English pitched, that would have been enough. Top of the first. Scary moment as English takes a comebacker off the right shoulder. The Bronx get the out, and after a visit from the trainers, English says, I can stay in. Responds by getting Rhys Hoskins to fly out to end the inning. Next inning, English got a little help from his friends. Fly ball to center. That's Evan Mason flying into your living room. Next pitch, Scotty Burcham. What a play by Alberto Morales. 6 up, 6 down for English. On to the third. English retired the first 2 batters, but after a hit batsman and a walk, English in his first jam. Never mind. 13 ground balls from English. Move ahead to the 6th with 1 out. English working on a no-hitter for the second time in 3 weeks. Kyle Moses pops out. And then Nathan Lukes drops down a bunt. And that's the first hit. Bottom of the inning. Bronx offense hoping to exact some revenge in the form of an insurance run. Second and third, 2 outs. Will Soto has trouble with it. And Shane Ammon hustling the whole way beats the throw. Morales scores. Bronx up 2-0. On to the 9th. English trying to finish up the shutout. Clay Cedarquist up, and that ball's going to be caught. 4-hitter for English, and only one of those hits left the infield. His 3rd shutout in his last 5 starts. Bronx win, 2-0.
I didn't realize I had, a no-hitter until the 3rd inning, and then I was like, all right, I'm just going to be, calm right here and just, keep going. You know, I want to win. You know, and my defense played real well. They hit the ball. You know, we capitalized on the error that they had, which gave us, you know, insurance.
Well, he's come a long way, there's no doubt. His pitches are better, they're crisper. His breaking ball is really good. His changeup has come a long way, too.
Senior Day on Sunday, the Broncs honored all 13 seniors before the game and then managed to get 12 of them into the game. Good thing, too, because they can pitch. First, let's start with a junior. Alex Henson getting the start. First inning, Kyle Moses swinging. Reese Hoskins fishing. Move ahead to the third. Will Soto on the ground. Great play by Jesus Garcia. And then Victor Garcia Jr. with the finish. Next batter, Gunnar Pullman is going to take a seat. Henson allowed just one hit while retiring the final 10 batters he faced. The fifth inning is when the parade of seniors began. Nolan Atkins gets Chris Lewis here to end the perfect inning. Matt Daniels took over in the sixth. In a little jam, 2 on and 2 out, but he gets Nathan Lukes hit the ball on the ground to complete a hitless inning. Austin Casas took over in the seventh, and after a leadoff walk, Casas gets Brandon Hunley swinging, hitless inning for Casas. Eighth inning, Kyle Tokunaga in a jam, but the double play is the pitcher's best friend. Hitless inning for Tokunaga. And then, in the ninth, Matt Harrell was sharp. Gets Hunley to ground out. 1-2-3 inning for Harrell. 6 pitchers combined on a one-hitter. Still, the Broncs need to score if they're going to win this game. With 1 out in the ninth, fifth-year senior Jonathan Garza comes up with a single. And that allows senior Andy Fortuna to come up with 2 outs.
Pitch is hit high in the air, deep to left field. Moses backtrack wall, and it's over the wall, a home run! Andy Fortuna with a walk-off home run!
Who wrote this script? First career home run for Fortuna in his final home at bat, second career extra base hit, and first since he was a freshman. The Broncs clinch a spot in the WAC tournament and become just the second WAC team to take a series from Sacramento State. Broncs win 2-0.
That's the greatest feeling you could ever get as a baseball player right now. You know, try to get your teammates out. We were fighting through the whole night, through the whole 9 innings. All our seniors, you know, worked hard from the first pitcher to the last, from the first hitter to the last hitter. You know, we were just working every inning, working hard. You know, we were fighting every at bat, and it showed. Especially after that last at bat. You know, I got a good pitch to hit, and it went over.
Oh, that was unbelievable. Couldn't have happened to a better teammate. Andy's battled 4 years here. He's such a good teammate. He leads the team in everything. You know, even when he's on the bench or in the dugout, he's the one guy that never stops talking. And I'm so grateful, so happy that for him that it was him, and no one else is more deserving than Andy Fortuna.
The way that we won it, with a home run in the bottom of the ninth, and the athlete, the player that it happened to, Andy Fortuna, nobody deserves it more than Andy. For 4 years, he's been a role player. He's a terrific student, a great teammate. He's involved whether he plays, he doesn't play. He keeps charts on during games. I'm happy for our team, but I'm really grateful and thankful that it happened for Andy. He deserves it.
Here's what we know in the race for a spot in the WAC tournament. Sacramento State has the #1 seed locked up. Utah Valley, UTPA, Bakersfield, and Seattle are assured of playoff spots. New Mexico State has a magic number of 2, meaning any combination of their wins and North Dakota losses, adding up to 2 this weekend, will send the Aggies into the tournament. What's still very much up in the air is who will get the #2 seed and the final first-round bye. Utah Valley a game up on UTPA and Bakersfield, but the Broncs have the tiebreakers with both teams. So, if the Broncs play 1 game better than Utah Valley and the same or better than Bakersfield this weekend, then the Broncs clinch the #2 seed. Utah Valley is at Grand Canyon, Bakersfield is at Seattle, and the Broncs are at Northern Colorado.
We need to go to Northern Colorado, and hopefully, you know, we do what we need to do there and keep climbing up. It'd be great to have that 2nd seed. You know, you're off the first game, so you can save your pitching. So we're going to go to Northern Colorado, and we're going to try to win all 3 games.
13 seniors played in their final home games for the Broncs this weekend. Coming up on Bronc Country, we take you back out to the stadium for Senior Day.
the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
The final home game of the season is always an emotional time for any team, particularly the seniors. But for the UTPA baseball team, 13 seniors saying goodbye this past weekend, and the Broncs sent them out with a bang. Romeo Villarreal has the story.
The lights of Edinburg Baseball Stadium, the wet, cool dirt of the infield, the familiar faces of the fans, things experienced by members of the UTPA baseball team. 13 of these players for the last time. As they prepare for their final home series of the season, we sat in on this practice to find out what was going through these seniors' minds, what they'd miss, the memories of their team, and the bonds they bore with their teammates. As ace pitcher Sam Street prepared to take the mound one last time here at Edinburg Baseball Stadium, what was going through his mind was his family away from home here at UTPA.
Coming in, I gelled with a lot of guys really quickly, which was huge, and they've become almost like family to me, which is something I'll always keep with me. I think I'll always keep in touch with those guys. They're brothers pretty much. Especially coming from a long way away, they're my family away from home. So, you can't really ask for much more, and we'll definitely stick together.
Street took the mound on Friday and had the Broncs up 1-0 until a weather delay postponed the game until Saturday. That very next day, Street decided to finish what he started, and while not giving up a single earned run, was unable to get the W. Back at the practice, power hitter Alberto Morales talked to me about what he expects this team to do when he's gone, and reminded me that this season is not yet over.
I'm sure the people that are coming in and the people that are in are going to do a great job, just continue to have winning seasons. Hopefully, I hope and pray we get a, win a WAC championship this year, but if that doesn't happen for years to come, I hope we'll win, get to a regional, and eventually get to Omaha.
During Game 2, Morales' only hit came off a double in the 6th inning, and he was one of 2 runs batted in to give the Broncs the victory. Before Game 3, we caught up with Coach Manny Mantrana, who is mentally preparing to step out on this field with his seniors one last time.
It's really been a good class. They've given everything they've had, and again, it's always bittersweet when you have to say bye to the seniors, but they're going to move on. They're going to have good lives, and they're going to get married and have kids, so that's the fun part of coaching.
On Friday, before the Broncs took the field for the last time this season, the senior players were introduced with their parents as their fellow teammates cheered on. They were awarded placards and were given congratulations by their fellow teammates as they prepared to take the field together as brothers one last time. Before that game, I asked senior Andy Fortuna to share his most memorable moment playing with the Broncs.
One of the things I will never forget is when we beat A&M my sophomore year. Coming in and closing that out after 12 years of going to College Station and not getting that win, and finally getting that win my sophomore year was probably one of the highlights of here being a Bronc.
Little did Andy know, his most memorable moment as a Bronc had yet to be made.
Pitch is hit high in the air, deep to left field. Moses backtrack wall, and it's over the wall, a home run! Andy Fortuna with a walk-off home run! He's gonna come home and score.
Reporting from Edinburg Baseball Stadium, for Bronc Country, this is Romeo Villarreal.
From outgoing seniors to incoming freshmen, the UTPA women's basketball team announced the signing of Hildur Bjork Erlingsdottir, who's a member of the Icelandic national team. While leading her team to its first postseason cup championship this past season, she averaged 15 points and 10 rebounds per game, en route to earning All-Star honors. When Coach Tidwell's not busy recruiting, he's out on the UTPA fieldhouse courts practicing his free throws. After all, he's shooting for success.
And it amounts to old Coach Tidwell here is going to shoot 100 free throws on May the 21st at 1:30 p.m. in the fieldhouse. But we're shooting free throws. I'm going to shoot 100. I'm taking pledges on the ones I make. If you pledge to me and say I'll go $1, coach, then how many ever I make, if you pledge $1 and I make 80, then you got an $80 pledge. To date, I've raised a little over $22,000 if I make at least 80%. And so far I've been testing myself. I'm at 81 and 83. It's all to enable our program to be one of the best in the southwest part of the country, and that's what we're trying to do. We want to be the best program in the WAC. We want to be the best program that we can be.
Martin Casse has rewritten the UTPA track and field record books in his time here. Next on Bronc Country, we get to know UTPA's own Flash. The UTPA track and field teams are at the WAC Outdoor Championships this weekend, led by graduate student Martin Casse, who is all but assured a spot in the NCAA West preliminary round. Nancy Bateo helps us get to know the UTPA Flash.
Martin Casse is one of the top student athletes at the University of Texas Pan American.
I started to run about 8 years ago after playing soccer. I noticed I had some abilities to run, and I kind of like to compete on my own.
Casse moved to the United States from France to attend UTPA and is now graduating with a master's in business administration.
I heard about the opportunities, the opportunity of scholarships in the U.S., and then I applied, and then here's my fourth year in this program.
The time he spends is crucial on the track, and he's very, very focused on exactly what he's trying to do. He comes here, he takes care of business, he takes care of his stuff off of the track, and he's really focused.
Last week, Casse was named WAC Track and Field Athlete of the Week. This is his second time during the outdoor track and field season.
It's not only going to practice, but it's also when you're here at practice, giving your best, really pushing yourself.
His dedication to the sport led him to set a new program record in the 1,500-meter run with a time of 3 minutes and 34.67 seconds.
He's absolutely the leader of the team. Everybody looks up to him. They idolize him. He's one of the best kids in the country, and they all realize, like, if I want to be as good as Martin, I need to do the things Martin's doing. Show up on time, go through all the the warm-up drills, and work their butts off just like him. He works his butt off.
Although running is his passion, Casse puts his studies before anything else.
I really want to keep studying. I've been able to conciliate both so far, and I'm still improving, so I don't see why I will stop going to school.
Reporting from the University of Texas Pan American, for Bronc Country, I am Nancy Bateo.
Student athletes have to do a lot of preparation to get ready for their events every week. There's practice, there's film, there's meetings, and of course, there's the weight room. But it's more than just going in and working on those beach muscles. Vince Erickson is going to pump you up.
Jonah, thank you. For Bronx Athletics and Bronx athletes, it's all about WAC championships. And in order to be able to talk the talk of a champion, you better be able to walk the walk of all the preparation that goes into it. And a lot of that preparation happens right through this door.
There. Tight. There. Sink your shoulders.
All under the decades of experience of UTPA head strength and conditioning coach Matt Taylor.
The strength and conditioning department, our two biggest things we're trying to do is, one, limit as many injuries as possible. The second side of it is to enhance athletic performance. And we take care of those two things by a lot of injury reduction exercises, types of different exercises that you would do in physical therapy, basically almost like prehab exercises to go along with that. Training smart in the weight room as far as what exercises that we're doing, the form that we're performing those exercises, and how we're loading those exercises, and trying to create a good balance of the body and not trying to have one area so much stronger than the other. I think you got to have a good balance when it comes to just for injury prevention.
Coach, is there another way to how easy is it? Is that your 80?
Taylor designs programs for all the Bronx 14 sports, all tailored, pardon the pun, to meet the student athlete's needs for the demands of the athlete's particular sport, which certainly has its challenges.
The big challenge is trying to trying to design the workouts that are going to that's going to progress the kids in the correct way. I don't want to all of a sudden jump into an exercise too soon or try to load that exercise too soon. We try to slow cook stuff and take our time and progress. Sometimes that gets hard because athletes want to do things now. You know, we're in such a now society. Kids don't understand that there's a process to this, and over the course of their 4 years, the exercises and the schemes and stuff will actually kind of change and progress as they go. But the big thing is really keeping them engaged and keeping them focused on what's going on here. They need to have an overall strength for their sport, whatever that may be. They do need to have strength though, but there doesn't have to be an overkill of it. But the stronger you are, the faster you're going to be. Whether it's track, whether it's baseball, whether it's tennis, the stronger you are relative to your body weight, the better you're going to move.
All designed to move Bronc student athletes to reach their potential, and potentially WAC and perhaps national championships. We're on campus at the Strength and Conditioning Room. I'm Vince Erickson reporting for Bronc Country.
If you want to help support these student athletes, donate to the Bronc Athletic Fund today. You can become a member of the BAF for just $50 a year. All of the money raised goes directly to student-athlete scholarships, so visit BroncAthleticFund.com today to see how you can make a meaningful impact on the lives of student-athletes.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Just 2 sports remain for the Broncs this spring. Track and field at the WAC Outdoor Championships this weekend, and they expect to be sending some student athletes to Arkansas for the NCAA West preliminary round, May 27th through June 1st. Should anyone advance, the NCAA Championships are June 11th through 14th at Oregon. Baseball closes out the regular season with a 3-game series this weekend at Northern Colorado, and then on to the Cubs Spring Training Complex in Arizona for the WAC tournament. Should the Broncs win the WAC, the NCAA Regionals start May 30th, with the Super Regionals the following weekend, and the College World Series June 24th through the 25th. We want to thank you for stamping your passport in Bronc Country this week and all season long. Enjoy your summer and schedule another visit for the fall. But until then,
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.